You have probably heard the buzz all over social media and from your favorite health gurus. Intermittent fasting is the ultimate secret to shedding pounds, reversing disease, living longer. The claim is that simply changing when you eat, not what you eat, can unlock incredible health benefits. This idea has become so popular, with millions of people skipping breakfast, skipping dinner in hopes of a metabolic reset. It sounds almost too good to be true. A simple life hack that promises to solve complex health problems without the hassle of counting every single calorie. It's an appealing story for sure. But as a scientist who has spent years studying this topic, I can tell you the reality is far more nuanced. The truth, revealed by a flood of new research in 2024 and 2025, is much more complicated. While fasting certainly shows promise for some people and for some health conditions, it is not a one-size-fits-all cure. In fact, for some individuals, it might even carry unexpected risks. It's time we moved past the hype and looked at what the real evidence says. The latest science is painting a much clearer picture, one of both incredible potential and necessary caution. We are now seeing large-scale studies that directly compare fasting to traditional diets, giving us a better sense of its true effectiveness for weight loss. Groundbreaking research is showing the timing of your eating window can change results, but some very recent and controversial findings have raised serious questions about long-term safety, linking certain popular fasting schedules to significant health risks. Before we can dive into the latest science, it is crucial to understand that intermittent fasting is not just one single diet. It is an umbrella term that covers several different eating patterns, each with its own set of rules and potential effects on the body. The most popular method you have likely heard of is time-restricted eating, often called the 16-to-8 method. This involves fasting for 16 hours each day and consuming all of your meals within an 8-hour window. For many, this simply means skipping breakfast and starting their eating day around noon, finishing by 8 p.m. Another common approach is known as alternate day fasting. On fasting days, you would eat nothing at all or consume a very small number of calories, typically around 500. Then, on the following feasting day, you would eat normally without any specific restrictions. This cycle of fasting and feasting repeats throughout the week. For years, the biggest question has been, is intermittent fasting truly better for weight loss than a standard calorie-counting diet? Finally, we have some powerful answers. The largest systematic review ever conducted on this topic, published in the BMJ, analyzed data from 99 different clinical trials involving over 6,500 people. This massive study directly compared various fasting methods to traditional calorie-restricted diets. The headline finding was clear. For losing weight, intermittent fasting and old-school calorie restriction were essentially tied. Both were significantly more effective than doing nothing at all. However, when researchers dug deeper, one method pulled ahead: alternate day fasting. Where participants fasted every other day, it showed a distinct advantage, averaging about 1.3 kilograms, nearly 3 pounds, more weight loss than standard calorie restriction. Most fasting plans are another path to a calorie deficit, but the unique metabolic stress of alternate day fasting might offer a slight edge. Beyond weight, alternate day fasting improved waist circumference, cholesterol, triglycerides, and C-reactive protein, key cardiometabolic markers. The conversation is no longer just about how long you fast, but also when you fast. New research in Nature Medicine, led by the University of Granada, studied early time-restricted eating. They tested finishing all food by 5 p.m., then fasting until 9 a.m. the next morning. The results were striking. The early schedule significantly improved blood sugar regulation, helping the body manage glucose more effectively, and it reduced subcutaneous abdominal fat. Aligning meals with daylight, when metabolism is naturally higher, could be powerful. Big late-night meals may not be ideal. Make dinner your last meal and skip nighttime snacks. This method is safe and effective for weight loss and for improving cardiovascular markers, especially for people with obesity. It works with your circadian rhythm, enabling more efficient fat burning and better overnight metabolic function. Practical takeaway: keep breakfast, make dinner earlier and lighter. Shifting your window earlier can boost glucose control and belly fat loss. And just as the world was embracing intermittent fasting, a shocking study presented in 2024 sent a wave of concern through the medical and wellness communities. Analyzing data from over 20,000 adults, it found that an 8-hour time-restricted schedule was linked to a 91% higher risk of death from cardiovascular disease compared to eating across a more typical 12 to 16-hour period. Even the lead author, Dr. Victor Wenzhong, expressed astonishment. The study was preliminary and not yet peer-reviewed, but it ignited a fierce debate and a critical warning sign. Limitations matter. It was observational, correlation, not proof, and relied on 2 days of self-reported diet, missing food quality, stress, and exercise. Still, we must ask, does cramming calories into a short window stress the cardiovascular system or drive poorer food choices? Until definitive answers, remember, popularity is not the same as safety for everyone. While weight loss grabs headlines, some of the most promising research targets chronic disease. For people with type 2 diabetes, a University of Illinois Chicago study offered fantastic news. Time-restricted eating was safe, and over 6 months, those eating within an 8-hour window lost more weight than those told to cut daily calories by 25%. Both groups saw similar improvements in HbA1c, but the fasting group said the plan was easier to follow. A diet only works if you can stick to it. Counting time can beat counting calories. Benefits extend to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, affecting up to a quarter of Americans. A 3-month trial of alternate day fasting plus exercise yielded encouraging results: improved insulin sensitivity, reduced liver fat, and lower liver enzymes. With few drugs available, structured intermittent fasting could be a powerful non-pharma tool. How does fasting affect women specifically? The female hormonal system is a delicate, complex symphony. A study in obesity followed pre- and postmenopausal women with obesity on the warrior diet, a 4-hour window. After 8 weeks, most key reproductive hormones, including estrogen and progesterone, remained unchanged, but DHEA decreased, though it stayed within the normal range. Because DHEA relates to ovarian function and egg quality, any drop matters to women concerned about fertility. We still lack high-quality, long-term research across life stages, reproductive years, perimenopause, and beyond. We need studies on menstrual regularity, fertility outcomes, and long-term hormonal impact, and on less extreme schedules like 16-8. Scientists are calling for rigorous randomized allocation and standardized outcomes to move from general advice to personalized guidance. Whether a young woman trying to conceive, a person with diabetes, or an older adult with heart concerns, know which protocol, if any, is safe and effective for you.